Money is a very polarizing topic. Everyone wants it, and yet most everyone's quick to tell you money doesn't buy happiness. Rich people are evil, greedy corporations are the root of all of our suffering. Well, maybe I'm exaggerating a little, but you get the point. We've been conditioned by society to kill our dreams and settle for average jobs with average salaries. Our friends, families, and teachers repeat the same advice. Go to school, get good grades, get a job, work hard, save money, invest your 401k, climb the corporate ladder, and then you can retire in your 60s. It all sounds logical and stable, but the reality is it only serves to suppress our potential. We get stuck in the one job, repeating the same routines in the same place we were 5 years ago. Somewhere along the way, our ambitions fade while we watch others living our dream lifestyle. All the while convincing ourselves money doesn't buy happiness. Well, that's true, it doesn't buy happiness. But being poor doesn't buy happiness either. Money does buy freedom. Freedom to do what you love and freedom from doing what you hate. Freedom to build relationships, improve your health, pursue your passions, and make a difference. All while avoiding waking up to an alarm, going somewhere you hate, doing a job that makes you miserable. Money doesn't change who you are. It just gives you the tools to live on your terms. Money is not going to make all your problems go away, but it will make all your money problems go away. My problems will go away if you like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. As a new channel, I would so appreciate it, and your support means the world to me. So what is the best way to become a millionaire? We all know we add value to society, and society compensates us for our efforts, but how should we add that value? There are countless ways people earn money, but this video is not about the traditional methods, which are so often some variant of step 1, be rich, and step 2, be richer. Of course, there's a place for traditional investment methods such as stocks, bonds, and other financial instruments, but these methods take massive inputs of time and money before the compound effect can take over. Money you would likely earn by working hard in an unfulfilling job for decades until some mythical retirement toward the end of your life. Let's break down the traditional methods people point at to make you rich. If you wanted to reach $1 million and you received the average market return of 7% adjusted for inflation, you would need to invest $6,000 per month for 10 years in order to reach your goal. Remember, this is after-tax money. Therefore, you'd have to earn significantly more than that in order to cover everything, including your taxes and your cost of living. There are plenty of millionaires who get rich after a lifetime of consistent investments, but they're too old to fully enjoy the money and the freedom they earned. Let me break down the most important factors for creating wealth. Ownership of a piece of business or equity. In an effort to be valuable to society, you have to offer goods or services through a business. It's important that you have control over some factors that will inevitably determine your success. You should be able to control and ensure the product and services offered are in demand, not to fall into the trap of follow your passion and do what you love. Your product or service has to have some sort of unique differentiation from the competition. Customers don't need a million copycats to choose from when buying a product or service. That being said, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just improve the product or service offered by competitors by 10 to 15%. This could mean improving the product, lowering the price, or just improving the customer experience in some way. Your product or service should be difficult enough to create or offer, such that everyone and their mother can't just copy your business in a day. It needs barriers to entry in the form of specific skills, knowledge, or other costs in order to ensure you don't get driven out by hordes of competition. Your product or service should be scalable, and by scalable I mean able to reach thousands or millions of people, most easily accomplished through the internet. A single coffee shop would not be considered scalable because there are only so many people in any given town who will visit your store to buy coffee. It's severely limited by factors such as time in the day and number of customers in the area. Scale can be achieved if you have 10 or 100 coffee shops across the country, but it is not inherent in brick and mortar businesses. Something like a software product would be an example of something very scalable because there's little or no marginal cost of production. In other words, each additional unit you produce doesn't cost extra or much extra. And it's sold over the internet, accessible to millions. The internet is arguably the most important development for personal innovation and wealth creation because it allows one person to reach everyone else without having to get permission. You don't need to convince Walmart to carry your product on the shelves anymore. You no longer have to get approval from record label gatekeepers to become a successful artist. Thirdly, your business should have some degree of passivity. And by passivity, I mean it is not an active trade of time for money. When your business is running, you should not have to micromanage operations in order to be profitable. You want to spend your time creating a product or system that can earn money when you are asleep. Writing a book is a lot of initial effort, but it has passivity because it continues to earn money without additional work. You don't want to be teaching yoga session by session. You want to be selling instructional yoga courses and products that bring in money disconnected from your time. Real estate, stocks, bonds, they all have high degrees of passivity because you can earn money with minimal intervention. Finally, you need to take calculated risks with the long term in mind. Nothing in business is certain, but there are always factors that you can control. Consider each business venture you attempt as a dice roll. Let's say each time you roll the dice, you have the chance to create a successful venture that puts money in your pocket while you sleep. We'll call this your system. Each roll costs some limited combination of dollars and hours, and the reward is a stream of income that can persist and grow extremely high. In other words, you are capping your downside with your inputs while enjoying virtually unlimited upside, the outputs of your system. So if you roll the dice and get a 1, you might lose your initial investment. But that doesn't mean it wasn't a risk worth taking. If you had hit a 5 or 6, you would have set yourself up to experience financial freedom. You can also learn from your failures, thereby increasing your chances of success the more times you try. It's critically important you don't give up after a failure. Adopt the mindset that failure is an inevitable part of the game, and a single success will pay for and far exceed several failures. But the most important part to getting rich is to start. Some of us, including me, get caught up in decision paralysis. We're constantly trying to determine what we should do, and we often end up doing nothing. It's important to realize it's better to start something and make adjustments as you go, as opposed to being stuck for months or years trying to decide on the perfect path. When you're investing your hard-earned money and valuable free time, you desperately want to succeed. This is why obstacles and failures can be so demoralizing. But the reality is that history is filled with the stories of successful people who failed multiple times on their path to success. Publishers rejected Stephen King's first book 30 times. Had he given up after a few failures, he never would have gone on to become one of the most iconic writers of our time. So if there's one idea of paramount importance you can take away from this video, it is to never give up. Your mindset will ultimately be the most important factor in your long-term success. And the fact that you're watching this video shows you're willing to learn and absorb knowledge critical to your success. You can have excuses or results, but not both. And if you keep taking the time to invest in yourself, I know you will find the results. Please like the video if you liked it, subscribe, and share it with someone you think it may benefit. Until next time.